This is McCook's Mr. Bill. It's an honor to have you here. You're looking at a cane pole, the old style cane pole. I picked them up for years. Usually pay about a dollar, maybe $2 at a yard sale for them. And they stretch out pretty good, I kid you not. I'm gonna do this one. Yeah, get it in there. Like so. This specific cane pole is 12 foot long. I said 12 foot. The lure that I use a little bitty dry fly, and then down here, if you can see it, I've got just a tiny weight to help pull it under, and it becomes pretty deadly at catching fish. A nice sized fish for a change. There we go. If I can get him visually in. Give me just a second to zero him in just a little bit. Yeah. Oh, I can get it caught in down here. Ah, come here. Come here. Absolutely. Now that's a nice sized little fish. Absolutely. You bet. Now these old cane poles fed people through the dark ages, and they're good today, and maybe on a day after event. Always take and electrically tape a cork up there, and then stick my hook in there. That keeps it safe and yet ready to go. You bet. A very efficient, effective tool for a day after event or in any kind of survival situation. But a modern version of that is, of course, the Widowmaker. I said the Widowmaker, and they make different versions of it from 10 out to 16 feet. This is a 16-foot model, and I bought it many years ago at a yard sale. But this critter, I can get it to stretch on out there, it's at 16 feet with just that little bit of flip. 16 feet out there. And I've got 5 feet of line on it. That means you could go down depth-wise 5 feet. Very few places you need to go over 5 foot to find small fish. I pushed the idea of going for small fish for a number of reasons, including my grandmother. She talked about, she was born in 1888, and she talked about that the Native Americans that she knew by the time 1800s were gone, it was 1900s, and she was 12 years old, give or take a few years, there were still Native Americans around. And those natives that would speak to her and out on the prairie, they talked about that just 30 years before that, this was all Native American land. And they talked about that very simply. They said they ate a lot more prairie dogs than they ever did buffalo, even before the white man showed up. Why? Well, just easier to take game. You didn't have to risk your life taking on a 1,500-pound animal. That's right. Be it prairie dog or maybe a bunny rabbit. And the same mindset says catching small fish means you're going to have more fish. Going after Moby Dick, going after the monsters, you're going to go home hungry a lot more often than if you just go for the small fish. Something to remember on a day after event. And this little critter here, rest assured, it can do the job. Okay, already got one. If I can get a hold of this and slide him on in here. Without losing him. Oh, lost him. Caught another one. As soon as they hit the water, we catch them. Now that's some pretty easy fishing. That means food on the table. Might have to catch a bunch of them to make it worth the time, but on a day after survival, or maybe you're just going for, come here. Maybe you're just going for, in general, some fish bait for the bigger fish. Either way, now this ain't no big one, but every time it hits the water, we catch some fish. Something to keep in mind, and again, close range fishing, shore fishing, and you got the little guys. And never forget, the big ones come in looking for the little guys. And of course, we'll turn him loose as we turn loose all of my fish.